My passport is a lack of pages. The Danish passport has very few pages. I think it's about 25 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm over halfway through it. So I don't have pages enough for all the visas and all the traveling that we still plan to do in order to reach
South Africa.
Yes.
Yes.
So I have to do something about it.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, and for today's video we are going to talk about our situation in Ivory Coast. Okay guys, so we are planning to stay here in Abidjan for maybe
For a few more days than normal, right?
Yes.
Yeah. My passport is a lack of pages. The Danish passport has very few pages. I think it's about 25 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm over halfway through it. So I don't have pages enough for all the visas and all the traveling that we still plan to do in order to reach South Africa.
Yes.
So I have to do something about it. It's very obvious now. I hoped before I started out from Denmark that it would be okay to do it, but I can see many of these countries that we travel through, they fill up a whole page with their stickers and all sort of things.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm very quickly running out of pages on my passport, so I have to do something about it. Hence we have to stay here for a few more days than normal. So the task here in Abidjan is to get a hold of this Danish consulate and see if we can get the passport done locally. So the day after we arrived, actually we thought we were going to do it the same day as we arrived, trying to find the Danish consulate. But it turns out we're too tired, so we started out doing the next day. And I looked up the address on the Danish official website and found what we didn't know, the wrong address. So we went to the wrong address. Actually the correct address according to the website, but there was nothing to be found there at all. So then we found other information on the internet explaining that the consulate was actually the Maersk office, the big shipping company Maersk. So we went there.
Yeah.
So it turned out when we arrived there, we found somebody there who's like, "Why are you here?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you looking at us like this?" But because they were the temporary consulate for a number of years until a consulate could be established in that address we went to first. But that didn't exist. So that was many years ago. So Maersk office was no longer the consulate. So they really helped us out trying to find the new consulate in Ivory Coast of Denmark. And it turned out in the end of the day that the consulate was a co-consulate with the Swedish consulate, and it was like 70 kilometers outside town. So we opted for calling and texting and emailing the consulate out there, and found out a couple of days after they wanted to find out how to extend my passport with more pages. or getting another passport if that was necessary. So a couple of days after, they contacted me and said, well, we need your passport, and it will take 2 weeks. I mean, this is best case scenario, this. To send the passport back to Denmark, yada, 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 get the passport back to me. Via Ghana, actually. The Ghana embassy, the Danish embassy in Ghana. So that was, wow. Like, okay, 2 weeks and from Ghana and yada yada. So we started immediately considering what to do.
So we have decided to, Eddie is going home to Denmark.
I'll go back home for 10 days, get everything sorted out. And so that's what we decided, actually.
Yeah, and he's going to abandon me for 10 days, and I'll stay here in...
She loved it. All 10 days.
Côte d'Ivoire alone, so...
Alright guys, I've been in Copenhagen now for just over a week now. Yeah, so I got my passport quite quickly. I actually got my passport we picked up 2 days after my application for it. It was really quick. And then we applied for the visa to Ivory Coast via a website called visagov.com. At this point it's Monday and I'm traveling on Thursday. We haven't got a feedback from the visa application. We'll see if that works out for us. Yeah, if we don't hear anything from the visa application by tonight, we will probably have to make a new application on the official government site in Ivory Coast and hope for the best. Yeah, as I said, I'm flying back. I have a ticket for Thursday evening from Copenhagen, arriving in Ivory Coast on Friday. So hopefully everything works out. So that's the status here from Copenhagen. I'll let you know. If nothing else, you will see me back in Ivory Coast. Okay, so a little bit of an update here the day after my trip into town and my rant about lack of a visa. So this morning I checked the visa status and the visa has been approved. So this is my day off with Silas, my son. We are just about at a place where we have to have a cup of coffee. It's a mandatory thing when I'm home. So that's our day today. Well, looking forward to go to Côte d'Ivoire again. And let's hear what Max is saying on her side. She's getting crazy there, waiting for her love.
Hello everyone, so today I am going to give you an update about my life here in Abidjan alone. Yeah, it's kinda literally boring without him. So I was just trying to do my things here, but mostly I'm just home and trying to learn something, especially about the 360 editing. So guys, this is where we stayed for I stayed for longer than Eddie, of course. So we paid $25 per night here. It's an Airbnb, it's very clean and it's so quiet in the evening also. We're inside the village actually. So it's really nice to stay here while waiting for Eddie. It's pretty safe, and here in Abidjan it's so easy to get a taxi, not taxi, but I use Yango all the time to go somewhere if I want to go somewhere, you know.
Alright guys, so now already started my trip back to Abidjan, and yeah, started out yesterday thinking that I was going, and then Brussels Airlines cancelled the flight and just rebooked me on a morning flight from Copenhagen. So I'm sort of a day late, but I will arrive at the same time as planned originally.
Good morning, everyone. So today is very exciting day for me because finally Eddie is coming back to Abidjan. So he is on the way now. He is in Brussels now, in Belgium, and they have stopped over in Benin before arriving here in Abidjan. So he will arrive at around 7 or 8 tonight. So finally I'm not gonna be alone anymore, and yeah, so I'm gonna see you tonight, and let's see Eddie together. Okay guys, I think I'm so late and and Eddie has already landed at the airport, and I have to What?
Alors?
Yes.
Non, elle filme pas, hein. Elle attend de parler à son mari depuis en route.
I'm filming
Non, elle
myself.
filme pas, elle attend de parler à
Myself.
son mari depuis en route. What?
Myself, not the what did he say? It's not okay? Okay, so I think I was not allowed to film there, but anyway, so this is the bridge. Hi! Here's a guapo. So, somebody asked for help.
Huh?
I talked to this guy.
Ah, okay. How are you doing?
I'm fine, Dad. You speak English?
Yes.
Oh,
Fantastic English.
that's good. Dad, here is only French. I'm from Kenya.
Oh yeah. Then you're in big shit.
I'm telling you, Dad. I spent 5 years in Libya, sir, trying to get to Italy. I'm an Ivory. Now, our government here really told me to get to the Kenyan embassy to get back home. But unfortunately, Kenya doesn't have an embassy at Côte. So the airport authority contacted the embassy, and they gave me this paper here
Okay.
to get to the embassy in Accra. And they're going to help me
In
from
Accra?
Yeah, in Ghana.
Uh-huh.
And they're going to help me from Ghana back to Nairobi.
Okay.
So, Dad, I've been here since yesterday. So even if it's kind of difficult, now I cannot fly. I want to get to Ghana with a bus. Get that bus that leads me to Accra.
Yeah.
Now the ticket is 28,000. The local currency that doesn't have to mean. I'm so happy that I met your wife. She speaks English because here I'm trying to talk to people that are driving away.
Yeah.
You can't understand me. So please help me, Dad, because I'm from suffering 2 years as slave.
Yeah.
So for the lot, I want to get back home to my family.
All right.
I want to get to my embassy in Ghana.
Yeah.
So they can help me with a flight ticket.
But they have a consulate here too.
No, you can check it online. There's no consular here because they gave me the full email address here.
Uh-huh.
The Kenyan High Commissioner.
Uh-huh.
Katie Airport Road. This is the airport road. This is where they are.
I'm sorry, we can't help you. We can't help you.
I need some help there to eat
Yeah.
food, sir.
Yes. I'm sorry, man. We have to find somebody else.
I've been trying to talk to people all year.
Yeah, there's plenty people here. Sorry, man. This is Côte Airport, and there's a lot of scammers right here. Believe me, I know. You're ready to hand over all your money.
No, I did. I actually wanted to buy food for him because he said he's hungry. Anyways, we're waiting for our car to go home.
Or Uber. All right, so when I arrived in Abidjan again, we applied for the visa now that I had a new passport.
So these are the requirements for Ghana tourist visa, and they actually asked for a specific requirements, which is the itinerary of your trip.
Itinerary? Just a list of places you've been and what time, and a map.
Yes.
So we did that, but it turned out that we had to still go to the Ghanaian embassy in Abidjan to get the sticker for both of us.
We had to wait for that. Then the processing time was like 3 to 5 days.
So then we had a problem when we found out that your passport was like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
And then we had to extend the hotel. Unfortunately, that was already booked So we had to find another hotel, and that hotel owner there had a cheap place in town.
Yes.
We then moved to the new hotel. It turned out that we could get our passports quite quickly after that.
Yeah. After 3 days, actually.
Yeah. So we ended up having paid for the other hotel and stayed there for 2 nights where we actually didn't need. Okay, so we have now the visas, so we are ready to go to Ghana.
Yes.
So that's it. So we stayed how long actually? I mean, you stayed in Abidjan for how long?
A month, a total of 1 month, I think.
Yeah, because it took some time. We went there first.
We stayed a week.
We stayed a week before we made a decision for me to go home.
Yes.
So we ended up totally being in
Abidjan
in Ivory Coast for 1 month.
Yeah.
So if you want to go and drive in Africa, make sure you're not in a rush, because something can happen to your
Yeah.
motorbike or your passport.
The thing that really takes time is to process the visa. Especially me, because I'm a Filipino and they are more strict to
More red tape.
to dealing with Filipino passport holder, but with a European, it's not really. It's easier.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be any better the rest of us. Wait and see.
The more we went further, the more
The more problems.
yeah, exactly. It's very frustrating.
The entry to Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
That was frustrating.
Yeah, we search and then the information from the internet is not clear.
It's
so
not clear. So I advise at this point here, use the overlander and check and read as much as you can on the land border crossing points. That's where the information is.
But the issue is there's no Filipino who crossed the border yet.
Yeah, you are a special issue. There's no Filipinos ever traveled in Africa that like this.
Yeah.
So there's no information.
Yeah, exactly. Okay guys, that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like or dislike, and leave us comments on your opinion of our trip. We're not that ready for this African trip.
Totally ignorant about whatever we walked into when we decided to
You're right.
to ride Africa.
Exactly.
And hope you have some fun looking at all the stuff that we're doing. So we are done with Ivory Coast. We have been here far too long. For you Europeans who have very small passports, I recommend that you ask your issuing officers to issue 2 passports. We met people on the trip who had solved that issue already from the beginning, knowing this, and had 2 passports, 2 national passports with them. So when they fill up, they just go and use the next one. So that's my recommendation. So you don't have to stay a month in one country in Africa and travel home to whatever, or wait for your passport to come back through some embassy or consulate. So that's my advice to you. We grandly are getting more and more knowledgeable.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of this trip, maybe we'll be the visa expert.
Perfect travelers.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you on our next video.
Don't forget to subscribe. There is a lot more crap coming.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you will enjoy that. All right, guys. Bye-bye.